Hey, all, I just wanted to share that the end is always near, isn't it? Especially with political events and global events going on right now. It's easy to have that feeling that the end is just around the corner. I thought this sign was funny that was on some show on Netflix. The end is nigh-ish. That's the way it always feels. It's nigh-ish. I had a friend, longtime friend. He's a real good Christian, and I've talked to him about the Mandela effect many times. And he asked me, how do I marry my beliefs, the Christian background ideas, with the Mandela effect? Because he sees a problem with that. A lot of Christians see a problem with the Mandela effect, suggesting that the Bible can change. It's not really strong, not strong in the Bible. I don't know why I'm getting that. Oh well, notifications on my phone at the random times. How do you match it up? A lot of Christians have an issue with that. And I know that Mandela affected people will say that Amos 8:11 is the answer. And even my wife said a little prayer, and said, what is this Mandela effect all about? And she just took the big Bible in the house, the big leather King James Bible. I think it's a New King James, but just open it up right in the middle. No lie. I mean, this is just so crazy. The very top verse, like the left hand, the first verse on the page she opens to is Amos 8:11. And she had no idea about Amos 8:11 or any of that stuff. It just crazy, the coincidences that come along with this. It's as if this reality wants to tease. It wants to egg this belief on. So the end is always just about here. It's always coming. And I thought 8 years ago, we're not going to see the year finish. Oh, this is it. This is all coming to an end. Speaking of reality teasing, this was the Time magazine cover that came out when I was first Mandela affected. It's just, it was just like reality was poking me, just trying to stir me up. And of course, it was during this time that Hillary and Trump were running for the campaign, and Hillary's name for me had one L, and it changed to two L's on election night. So it was a huge, crazy, huge shift in reality. So I'm telling my friend this reality is I said, I don't know what it all means, but I do know that this is some sort of construct. It's very changeable. At any moment, it can change. It's flexible. It's fluid. I'll give you an example. Ernie called me today, said, so you haven't posted in a while? And I was like, yeah, I haven't. And I don't have an excuse either, because work let me go early. At the end of the day, Monday, they said, we're going to release you today and pay you for the rest of the week. So that was nice of them to give me some money. Whether they meant to be nice or not, I don't know. But I said, I'll take it. So I've been working on my old house all week. And this is a nosebleed type of job. Very boring. I'm so sick of painting. Anyway, Ernie calls me and he says, well, I had a glitch in reality, glitch in the matrix, construct, whatever you want to call it. And I hope I'm not blowing a video that he's going to do, but I don't think he posts too often, but yeah, I'll let him share his version and he can correct me if I get it wrong. But the kind of work that he does, he has to go out to these remote areas and do repairs sometimes, or inspections. He does all kinds of things. So it sounds like a good job. He gets a lot of time to travel and be by himself and listen to vlogs or whatever. But so there's this thing he was repairing, and the theory is, and this happens, that cows will go up to these posts and they'll rub their heads against things and break the electronics. So he goes out there repair, and he sees, there's a herd of cows. There's a whole bunch of them yonder, down a far ways off, like, I don't know, they're very distant. And then there's two cows that are nearby, just two. And he's like thinking, I'll bet you one of you is the one that broke this thing, aren't you? Just, so he's looking at him. He starts working on it. He turns his back on these cows for a few minutes. Not long. Next thing you know, they're gone. I mean, the Texas is flat. There's no hiding places. There's nothing. He says there's no way these things just took off running. Cows don't ever do that, for one thing, and they'd never get to the other herd of cow. So you either go with reality just glitched, or aliens came in and scooped him up while he was working on it. Time froze, whatever you want to call it. It does remind me of glitches, though, that I've had from time to time. Where I remember one time I was watering the grass at this one job I was at. There's some new sod, and I was standing there watering it with this hose, and I had an extra nozzle just in case I didn't like the nozzle that the cheapie that I had on there. So it was a brass nozzle. And the cheapie was doing fine, so I just decided to drop the brass nozzle, or it slipped on my hand. One of the two, it just on the ground by my feet. I continue to water. Nobody is around me. No living thing is anywhere near me. It's just me and the grass, just trying to water the sod. The grass is like golf course high. I mean, it's like an inch. It's nothing. There's nothing. It's very clean. I mean, it's like standing on a carpet, basically. When I'm done watering, I look down. I was going to pick up the nozzle that I dropped, and it was gone. Brass nozzle would stand out clearly in this grass. It was nowhere. I was like, this is a glitch. This must be a glitch. Reality just took this thing from me. So I know what Ernie's talking about, cows just disappearing, because I've had water hose nozzles disappear. And that's the nature of the construct. It does things like that, and it's a wonderful thing when you catch it. I talked about a few years ago trash cans at my workplace that changed design. They changed design into like a corner mold stainless steel trash can that does not exist in this reality. I mean, that design by that company, there is none. I mean, there should be. It's a great idea. I should write them and tell them to make this. Because in some version of reality, you already have these. And I was in my building, and those corner trash cans were there, and I was thinking about ordering some for the floors that I managed. But the next day, they were gone. That's what I mean by a construct. Fluid. It's changing. It's flexible. And it's also teasing. Because sometimes stuff like this appears, and it's almost just to provoke. In some ways, it feels that way. I shouldn't complain, though. I do enjoy when reality does something that I spot. It's like, I'm sure there's things that it does all the time that I miss, that I don't catch. But I enjoy noticing when it does something that is bizarre. Of course, it's hard to tell anybody because everybody calls you crazy when you do. You'll get this. I have a serious question. Have you sought professional help? Maybe you suffer from some psychological illness. It's always that. Here's reality teasing me some more. This flag here it's on Netflix right now, called The Terror, and it's this British ship going to the Arctic. Oh yeah, they can walk on the Arctic too. It's not just a big ocean they're trying to navigate through. But this flag's not supposed to be. I mean, every time I look it up and try to find, I mean, we've done this. People have pulled residual all over the place. I remember in Pocahontas, I showed that one video with it drawn with the symmetrical stripes. And it's like, if it's never had symmetrical stripes, where are people getting this from? Well, this one's kind of funny because this is actually in a movie. That means somebody doing the movie had to go out and they had to purchase this flag. Why would they not get the actual flag with the asymmetrical? Why would they get a flag that's not right? And I would say, based on my memory, these stripes are a little wider than I would would have recalled from memory. But they're centered, and that's the point. While looking up some residual, I caught this crazy thing, which I don't understand this one at all. Maybe somebody can explain why we've got one stripe the way it, is supposed to be on all of them, and then it's got like the movie. I don't get this hybrid mix. What's going on? I'm sure reality has some sort of explanation now, and I've looked into the flag on this one a few times. I know it's not my flag, it's not my country, but I do have a memory with it being a certain way. And this one, to me, feels a lot like the Thinker, even though the Thinker, I have very hard, concrete experiences. This flag and the way it... I mean, I've seen the Thinker in more than just two poses. I've experienced the Thinker in different realities with different poses. This thing feels like it's a blending of reality. I have no idea, I mean, what the explanation is for this flag having one crazy off stripe and then these others that are centered. And here's another one. This one is a little more of what I would have said my memory was. About this width on the stripes and all centered. This is the flag of my original reality that was fixed for a long time until 2016, I'd say, or somewhere. I mean, all this stuff started going bonkers probably before that. I just wasn't calling it out. And somebody questioning the flag and the logic of it was trying to say, how do these flags come together to make this? So it's like three flags that were merged together, and this is the result. And, obviously seeing that there's a problem with why are they off center? But this is how reality teases. It teases with the end always being around the corner. It teases with a flag that flip-flops, and sometimes reality will change its history, and all of a sudden there'll be some sort of explanation for why there's two versions of the flag, or why it's hybridized, or why we would have thought it was different. There'll be some sort of explanation that pops up eventually. That's another thing reality does. I was at the zoo last weekend and saw in the reptile museum there was pictures of different snakes, and of course our favorite penis snake was on display. I was looking for the live one, but no luck. When it comes to manned animals, I will admit these could be just animals I never noticed. Maybe these things have always been around and I just didn't know about them. But there's so many bizarre things with this construct, and I've seen the construct change and bend and do crazy things so many times that I can't help but believe the construct would put stupid looking animals in here just because it thinks it's hilarious, just because it likes to tease. Speaking of another tease, this kid here, the world's smartest kid. I'd love to know how this kid, he's not really a kid now, but he was back in 2016, how he's been promoted, how he was able to go viral with what amounts to, basically a hoax. I mean, us Mandela effect people, we wanted some credibility or some validity. We wanted the scientific community to say, yes, the Mandela effect is real, and here's why. We wanted to say CERN's doing it. We wanted to have some mechanics, something tangible to say this is how it works and this is why it works and this is based on science, not just faulty memory. We wanted this to be true. We wanted this kid to be true. And he's been allowed to get quite a bit of fame without getting called out. But I did find one guy calling him out, which I appreciated. If I don't get the time to post the link to this guy's channel, please just Google on YouTube. I mean, YouTube search this, "The Boy Who Cried Free Energy" by Electro Boom, and watch his little 11-minute thing explaining why this Max kid is a scam. Yeah, total scam, and that should make sense. It should make common sense, but not many people have called him out, which is amazing. Not even the Mandela Effect community has called him out. What's going on with his story, his backstory? Who's promoting him? And that goes back to this show too, the Terror on Netflix. Why this flag? Why would they put that flag in there? Why would Pocahontas put that flag in Pocahontas? Why would these things be there? Why would there be movies that refer to the Mandela Effect, like Mr. Robot? Back in 2015 was putting out shows talking about the Mandela Effect, but it was calling it, and I've heard it referred to this twice now in two different shows. It was called Project Berenstain, as if to suggest that the government had some sort of deep state conspiracy connected to the Mandela Effect. Took this comment from the video I did a little while ago about the thinker. And this person says, I understand that the existence of photographs of individuals posing in front of the thinker statue with their fist to their forehead may seem to contradict the statue's current pose. Actually, this might be a statement that I did in that video, but why not? We'll bring it up. However, it's important to remember that photographs can be manipulated or staged, and it's difficult to know for certain the circumstances under which the photos were taken. It's also possible that these individuals posed in this way as a playful imitation or satire of the statue's famous pose without any intention of accurately representing. That makes no sense at all. That's got to be AI. That's totally got to be AI, because that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. That's a bot answer all day long. That's, now I recall, I think I even asked AI this. How do you explain this? And that was what AI's stupid answer was. It doesn't even connect the dots. It can't comprehend what is being suggested here. But it does have some pre-programmed explanation that sounds like an NPC in this reality. I mean, it's towards the end there that it really gives itself away with just no logic whatsoever. Anyway, I bring up the thinker and the thinker poses because this flag I don't have as hardcore of a memory as like the thinker, but it's got all that little changing, and then reality is throwing it out there in movies like as if it means to tease. In some way it means to taunt. It means to suck me back in. I can't even watch a show without the Mandela Effect being thrown on my face. I was like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Because this isn't just a drawing. Somebody had to go out and find or manufacture a flag to look like that. I don't know. Anyway, I haven't really thought about what the name of this video should be. Should it be The End is Nigh-ish or Reality is Such a Tease? Whatever it is, I guess last night I woke up. I had a dream last night. I woke up from this dream. And it's still unsettled for me. It's still a little disturbing. And in this dream, I had died, and that's not the disturbing part at all, that I had died. The disturbing part is I died, I left my body, I was going to the light and the angelic beings, and I was talking to them, and I was saying, I don't know if I can believe you. I don't know if this is a presentation that you're doing right now. I don't know if you're infusing some secret love ray that just fills me with this euphoric love feeling and acceptance. I don't know if all of this displayed before me is fake. I don't know if you're trying to trick me, and that bothers me. I know I'm dead. I'm out of my body, and here I am before you, and I'm wondering what's the next step. And instantly, in my dream, I had this flood of emotion, and I had this flood of people in my life, loved ones in my life. And the idea of, don't you want to go back and do this again with another life and enjoy these people, these loved ones again in a different scenario, and maybe do things different this time, maybe do things better, don't you? And I'll admit, in my dream, I was like, yeah, I do. I honestly, that was attractive to me, to come back and do this again with my loved ones, and maybe do some things different this time, and maybe do things better this time. And I woke up from that dream feeling still that lingering feeling of love, like tremendous love, like it was part of my near-death experience in my dream, that love feeling, and I woke up with that sensation and that sense of just wanting to do it right. But I haven't left this body yet. There's still time to do all these things. But at the same time, the troubling part was I was actually thinking in the dream, here I am, I'm going up to this light, and I'm thinking, yeah, I want to do this again. I have not committed to being done. And a lot of people, say this is a trap. David Icke, Isabella Green, lots of others, Howdy Fella. And there's an argument for that. And I can't dispute that argument. I can't deny the possibilities of such. This construct certainly is teasing me. This construct is fake as it can be, but still real in the sense that when I stub my toe, it hurts. I mean, that was the conversation with my friend a few days ago about how do I match this up with my Christian beliefs. It's like, even if this is fake, it's real to that degree. And I completely get that. Is it fake because it's meant to tease? Is it fake because it's meant to draw me into a loosh factory? I mean, that whole thing, here's another possible title. It's Love versus Loosh. What even is loosh? I get the feeling, I get the understanding, I get the energy and the power behind love. But loosh is foreign to me. I can't, and I know when you watch some of these sick shows where, there's psycho killers and whatnot, there's people out there that get this high, this thrill out of destroying everything around them and hurting and suffering. They get a high. It's like a demonic high where they feel a lust for destruction. And that to me is the best way that I can describe what I think loosh is. Like it's an energy force, and with that energy force is this destructive lust for power and destruction and all things bad. And it's very opposite of love. And if this is a construct, and if this is all just fake, these energy sources, whether it be love or loosh, it's troubling to me to think that a deceptive, malevolent being could be a trickster and use love against me. That it could harness that power, that it could even understand that power. Because I can't understand loosh. I mean, the best I can do is describe what I think loosh is, but I can't feel loosh energy like I feel love energy. There's something in me that senses that love, because when I woke up from that dream, I felt infused with that love. It's like I just had a near-death experience. But I can't connect with this loosh idea. And I really have a hard time with thinking, and I don't want to believe it true, but I have a hard time believing that this malicious entity knows how to harness love, that it can harness it but not experience it for itself. I don't know. That could be wrong. I could be wrong. It's a troubling thought. You know what? I didn't plan to even go there. I didn't even know I was going to talk about that dream. Just taking a break. I'm taking a little break from my painting on my house and thought I'd upload something. But I look forward to your comments. I don't respond to everybody, but I do read them all, and it's thought-provoking. Many of the comments give me stuff to really ponder. Matt gives some of the most thoughtful comments ever with Quantum of Conscious. I still need to read one of them that he gave a while back, as if, I don't know, maybe I've already done it. I'm getting old. I don't remember what I've already talked about on here, but very thought-provoking comments, trying to figure this place out. That's what we do here. That's what I do. That's what many do. I listen to Matt on a regular basis. I listen to Pockets of the Future on a regular basis. I listen to Freaky Fridays quite often, especially for those long drives. That can just go on for hours. And I listen to a lot of my Mandela Effect friends and their videos and get their ideas. And I'm always looking and listening for something new or something I haven't really articulated well or thought completely out. I guess for me, that's a lot of what this channel is just thinking it out, talking it out, getting some feedback. But I should get back to work. Hope y'all have a good day. Be safe out there in the construct. God bless.